Bava Kamah Daf Kuf Beis. Amar of Kana says, the Eitzim lahasaka, and this idea of kindling wood, whose benefit follows its consumption, is subject to the sanctity of the shvis as a machlekes amongst Tanaim. Itanya, we learned in the Brisa, a mason pays shvis like the Mishnah B'lilich Usa, will may not transfer sabbatically your produce. In other words, wine to another person, neither for soaking flax to prepare for spinning, as the benefit derived from flax follows the soaking, when the soaking and spun thread is woven into garments, and v'leilik fus, and not for laundering with it, as the benefit derived follows the laundering when one wears the clean clothes. Basi says, when we transfer it to another sabbatical year of produce for soaking and for laundering. My time, what's the reason that it says la'achla for food, v'leila mishra, not for soaking, la'achla v'leila for food, not for laundering. Basi says, lachem, for you, the whole tzarchim, for all your needs. Also says lachem, which means for you, similar to for you fruit. Sanctity of the sabbatical year takes effect with regard to those items whose benefit and whose consumptions coincides. Which excludes soaking and laundering, where the item benefits follows the consumption. Teda also says for food. I'll tell you who the tiny, like the Brisa says, it says for food but not for melugma. For food but not for the melugma. Now, why did you see that led you to include, to use sabbatical year produce for laundering and to exclude the use of sabbatical year produce for melugma? Perhaps the opposite. I include the term laundering, which applies equally to every person. Why should a shavul chaldam is not equal to all a person? Kamal is all the Tanya. And according to whose opinion does the Brisa go? It says food but not for sprinkling wine in one's house to provide a pleasant fragrance. For food but not to make like to throw up, to induce vomiting. According to the Chacham, there's also soap and laundry that should have it excluded from the Brisa, as in the Chacham's opinion, the use of sabbatical year produce for those produce is forbidden. The Mishnah teaches that if the owner gave wool to dye it red, and instead he dyed it black, the mayor says the dyer gives the owner of the wool the value of the wool. If you hear the Imam, this says, if the value of the enhancement exceeds the dyer's expenses, the owner of the wool gives the dyer the expenses. Okay, Simin Saban. Rabbi was sitting behind their bamboo, and the halacha is like Rabbi and the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi turned his face of Rabbi Yehuda's statement. He said like this: according to Yeshua, you need why? Because that we know the Yachav Ramalach Kamashman, the halacha is ki Yachad. Shuban Korcha Mai, Tanya Shuban Korcha Milwa Bishtar. Or to loan note, in Ephraim Mehen, or may not collect a loan from Goyim near the time of their holidays. Milval Peh, with regard to a loan of a world agreement, Ephraim Mehen, or may collect from the Goyim, Eshin Kamatzam Yodim, because the creditor is considered as one who salvages money from their possession. Now, what is the Allah according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda? Machlikas Farchastami, Allah is like always halacha kastam. Umar identifies the dispute and the unattributed Mishnah. Machlekes, the dispute is Bava Kamah, found in Bava Kamah. Spela Adam with Tzvaya Shachar. One gave wool to dye it red from him, and instead he dyed it black. Shachar for Adam, black, and he dyed it red. Rameir says, recently the made Samri, if he has to pay the value of the wool. If the value of the enhancement exceeds the expenses, then it's nice to give him the expenses. He gives the shach. Ustam and is above Mitzir, the Tanakh Kol HaMashana Yodel Tachtena. However, changes from the terms of the agreement is a disadvantage. However, reneges from the agreement is at the disadvantage. Whereas from Bahuna and according to Bahuna, it's said of the Mishnah, there's no said of the Mishnah, it's not Machach Machlikas. It's not Machach Machlikas, he would have basically, Ihachi Kol Machlikas Prakastam, name, and said the Mishnah, it's not Machach Machlikas. The Mishnah is not, and it's a stam ruling followed by the Machlikas. Now, Bahuna will tell you, Key Leamrin ain't say the Mishnah, when do we say this is Bechad Masechta, one Masechta? We do say in two Masechtas, that the entire Zikri in Bava Kamah is one Masechta. We may say, I tell you that law because we taught the Kol Mashana Yoda Tachtin, whoever reneges is Halachiz Yoda Tachtina. More notes another Machlekes considering one who deviates from the terms of the agreement. One who gives money to his Shliach. To purchase wheat for him, which he plans to sell as a profit, and instead the agent purchased barley from the money, or if he gave his agent money to purchase barley instead, he purchased wheat. So Tanya Chada says in Pachsu, if there's a loss, the losses of the agent, if he may siru, and if he adds a siru, in Pachsu, and if there's a loss, the losses of the shliach, and if there's a profit, the profit goes to the middle. So Rabbi says the kasha the mayor how to build. Now the Rabbi explains this one. How the mayor this first Bryce says according to the opinion of the mayor the Amashini Kana, who says that the change requires what Rabbi the Amashini Kana Rabbi says the change is not required. Masculine doesn't mean my the mat can come on the mayor. Maybe over there the chazal of the gufa with regards to an item that is fit for himself. But for schera like doesn't say that. How about the mayor? The kasha kana chila kana schera. Second Bryce is discussing grain purchase for sale, and Kamas Cheda. Sorry, here the first price is discussing a grain purchase for eating, and since the one who appointed the agent desire wheat, he does not require barley. And the second price is discussing a grain purchase for sale merchandise, and the transaction takes effect as agreed upon initially with the agent held responsible for any loss incurred. They laughed at it in the West. I should show. As an explanation from Yehuda said that according to the opinion of Yehuda, a deviation by an agent from the terms of his assignment does not result in the acquisition of the item for the agent himself. And who informed the owner of the wheat, the seller, that he should transfer the wheat to the owner of the money? That he should transfer the wheat to the owner of the money. The seller was unaware that the agent was acting on someone else's behalf. How would the one who appointed the agent acquire the wheat? Even in a case where the agent was sent to purchase wheat and he purchased wheat, the one who appointed the agent should not acquire the wheat, since the seller was unaware the agent was acting on someone else's behalf. But Ravo says, in case of an agent who was assigned to purchase wheat and purchase wheat is different. This agent is performing his assignment. Abai is dummy. He's like a customer. Says, Teda, you should know the plan. One who consecrates his property and one who evaluates himself by donating his fixed value to the temple. Does not have the right with regards to the donor's wife's clothing, but now with the excessive of children, and not with regards to new clothes called with thigh, now with regards to new sandals that the donor purchased for his wife and children. Who informed the dye that he should transfer his dye? That we say that also he's performing his like an extension of the customer's hand. Bava says, no. Call him Mekadosh Nechasav. Anyone who consecrates his property and died to Al-Ksus Ishte is not upon the clothing of his wife and his children. Masculine is it. There's the tension of a person upon his tefillin. Who consecrates all his property. His tefillin are evaluated with him. Why? Because of Eva. Is it not that the manner of those who are obligated in the valuation was taught here in the Mishnah? Those who are obligated in the valuation, they basically seizes collateral from them to force them to fill their rent. And it is the intention of a person upon himself to allow the treasurer to seize collateral from him. Whoever consecrates his property, it says one who transferred his wife and his children's clothing to them at the outset. Therefore, the clothing did not belong to them at the time that he consecrated his property. One who purchases a field in the name of another, is not compelled to sell. But if he said Amanas, then would compel him to sell. My Kamar, what is he saying? One who purchased a field from another, claiming that he's acting in the name of the Reish Galusa, and Kefin Esed Reish Galusa Limker, the Reish Galusa is not compelled to sell to him, or Amanas, then Kefin Esed Reish Galusa Limker, we do so. With regard to one who purchased a field in the name of the Reish Galusa, and Kefin Esed Reish Galusa Limker, Reish Galusa is not compelled to sell him. The Chayda we learn from here that nevertheless acquired for himself. Shall we say that he disagrees with the B'nai Ma'arava? Who informed the owner of the wheat that he should transfer the wheat to the customer? Here is due to the where the purchaser informed the owner of the field and informed the witnesses that he intended to purchase the field for himself. I did not desire disgrace. But since the Reish Galusa has not been part of the negotiations, how can a Tanai stated by the purchaser render him obligated? One who purchases a field in the name of his friend, Reish Galusa, the seller is not compelled to sell the field another time to provide the purchaser the document denoting him that the owner of the field.